واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Thank you very much, members of the press. We thank you very much for covering our press conference today. We would also like to thank the executive members of the Afro movement. We have the national mobilizer, Mr. Samaba, the youth mobilizer of Banjul chapter, Kine, Usman Saho, executive member, Fatu Ja, coordinator of Banjul, Auntie Umi Jan, executive member, and Auntie our Sonko, Auntie Ney, okay, member. And this side also we have Mr. Ibrahim Asala, member, Sekuna Party, youth leader of Afro movement. So I believe the whole executive members are here present, as well as the supporters of Afro movement who are present here, as well as those who are not here, those who are following us online. The purpose of our meeting today, the purpose of this press conference is to inform the national opinion as well as the international opinion about the terrorist attack on the democracy of the Gambia. What I mean by that, there has been a blatant attack on the democracy recently. The Gambia, we are known of, it is a democratic country. Before, during the Republic, when we got our independence in 1965, the Gambia was one of the most democratic country in Africa because we had a multi-party system, whereby other Africans, even including our neighbors here, Senegal, had one or dual party system. So which means the Gambia has ever been a democratic country until there was this coup d'etat in 1994, and then there was a military rule. We all know what happened in between. But later on, the Gambians themselves snatched back our democracy, and then we return back to democracy. This democracy that is here, it is not being given to us by President Barrow, but the democracy that is here, it is the Gambians themselves who've snatched it and proposed it to the Gambian people. This is why we had a change in 2016. So now we've seen that there are so many things that are happening, including denying a permit to hold a meeting, to hold a rally, whereby the incumbent themselves, they are holding rallies anywhere, everywhere that they want, including their allies. They are holding rallies. So we have the right to hold rallies. Since we've been here since 2021, we've worked a lot, and then we deemed it necessary to gather our supporters all over the country to meet in Banjul, a meeting that was supposed to be organized by our Banjul chapter. Unfortunately, a permit was denied because they were playing us a ping pong game. So this is why today we are facing the press to inform them that we will not accept this again. nta son la wala duñu ko nangu 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 nta son la men jabata don kon dégg ngeen Afro Movement executive members yu ñu àndal ñëpp wax nañ ne duñu ko nangu the next time ñu apply for permit suñu bañalee permit bi dinañ ko def te yéen Gambian si yéen nekk suñu seede. So what we mean by this, we won't accept again to be denied a permit because I am an aspirant to the presidency of the Republic of the Gambia. We have the right to talk to the people peacefully, even though it is not a recognized political party. It is a movement. It is a political movement. Afro Movement, we are the pioneers of political movements in the country because our movement was since 2021. Later on, we have different movements in the country. So we are the pioneers of political movement in the country. So we will not be intimidated as well. We will not be discouraged, but we will stand up straight and fight for our right. This is why we want people to know about this. We want the international community also to know about this. We wanted to discuss with the people about our project, about our political project, because politics is about policies. And now the youths want to bring politics of policies. It is no longer politics of money. It is no longer politics of lineage. It is no longer politics of oligarchy. So what we need right now is youth or political leaders who will put in place policies that will develop the country, policies that will remedy our failing economy. Right now, our economy is on its knees. I always say the Gambia is sick and we need vitamin C. And vitamin C is the solution because we have the policies. Some of the ideas that we brought, we want to make sure that we have a strong economy, an economy that is based on the nomenclature of the economy, that is the primary sector, the secondary sector, the tertiary sector, and even up to the quaternary sector. When you talk about the primary sector, it is about anything about agriculture and then the natural resources. When you talk about the secondary sector, it is the transformation system. And this is what will bring you a job to our young people. This is what will bring job to our youth. Everything that we produce in this country, we make sure that we transform it through industrialization. So we have to use all the sectors of the economy if we want to have a strong economy. The primary sector, the secondary sector, and the tertiary sector. When you talk about the tertiary sector, it is about the goods and services, the business, about banks, about the insurance companies that are here. How to make sure that we have a strong trade system, a strong business system. The Gambia is a business country. You go everywhere, people are creating their own businesses. They have their shops, but they don't have support from the government. The government is not supporting them. It is high time they are supported. This is our project. This is our plan for the Gambia. So, tourism, talking about tourism, it is part of economy. Tourism is one of the areas that our economy depends a lot. So, but now the Gambia, the tourism that is here is the sun, the soil, and the sea. That we call the 3S: the sun, the soil, and the sea. But now tourists are no longer interested with sun because there is sun everywhere. They are no longer interested with sea because there is sea everywhere. they are no longer interested with the soil, meaning the beach. We have beaches everywhere. What we have to do, we have to innovate, we have to create other things. This is why I am proposing an edge city, in order not to say the capital city, because I'm here with the Banjulan people. Because Banjul would be Kermam. Banjul is always a place whereby, Banjulians, we have more Banjulians outside Banjul than inside Banjul, because Banjul is so close, Banjul is so tight, so people no longer live there, but they live elsewhere in the combos and in other regions, but they always return back home, because that's their roots. So the intention, it is not to change the capital, but it is to change the economy through an edge city. An edge city whereby we will have everything. Dubai had it. The Dubai made it, and it was successful. Singapore made it, it was successful. Every year, tourists need new destination. Over 60% of tourists want to go to new places whereby they have never discovered. So we have to create that opportunity for the Gambia, for the people, where I propose, so that we try to decentralize our economy, we try to decentralize our development, and make sure that we take this HCT between Farafenye and Soma, whereby we will build their skyscrapers, beautiful buildings, we'll build their hotels, schools, banks, everything that a city needs, hotels. You see, the OIC was a failure. Why? Because we didn't have enough beds, to host our guests. Some of our guests, were even, staying in Senegal. That is a disgrace. They are staying in Senegal and then flying here. Most high dignitaries, they cancelled their travel. They cancelled their travel to attend the OIC, because they didn't think that they will have security here. People like Erdogan prepared his journey. Erdogan wanted to be here, to the OIC. There were talks. There was a backup team that was already in the country checking. Where there were many of them here, but within 24 hours or within 48 hours, he cancelled his trip. Why? Because they think that they won't have security here. So this is why we have to build a very beautiful place whereby it is secured, whereby we have modern beds. In the Gambia, we have about 10,000 beds in the country. So which means if we have 10,000 people in the country, 10,000 tourists, our hotels are full to capacity. So this is not helping us. This is why I am proposing us to build an edge city, which will not only help us to boost our tourism, but also to boost our infrastructure, to beautify our country. And if you see, also, previously, people used to come from Mauritania, from Dakar, from Kaolack, from Ziguinchor, from Bissau, from Cape Verde. You go to the Albert Market. They used to come there and buy things and go back to their countries. But now that is not happening. Now it is the contrary. We are the ones who are going to their countries and buy. Why? Because we don't have what they need here. So we have to create that. And for that, it is vision. This is why our campaign team is vision, accountability, and self-sufficiency. Because you cannot talk about, a progress country without being self-sufficient. You have to be self-sufficient. You have to plan it. The Prophet Yusuf taught us that. Where you have, 7 years. It is a plan of 7 years, whereby you produce everything, you keep them without selling, you consume little bit, and the next 7 years you start eating, you start spending it, you start selling. This is how we gain self-sufficiency. It is done through a period. but also accountability. Our project is accountability. Our main problem in the Gambia is corruption. Corruption is our main problem. You've seen it, you know, why the Auditor General was forcefully removed, unconstitutionally removed. This is what I'm talking about, the terrorist attack on our democracy. Why? Because of what? Because of corruption. It's not only Gambia. Most African countries, we are corrupt. And this is why our development is lacking. So we have to tackle this. How to tackle this is to give minimum wage, very good salary, not only to increase salaries, but we have to increase salaries in such a way that, you know, the worker, the salary earner will earn, you know, something that is equivalent to his what he spends in a month. Look, for instance, someone whose salary is $6,000, $8,000, $10,000, and we know that the minimum amount that a family can spend in this country right now, presently, minimum, I say minimum, at least, is $20,000. So someone whose salary is 8,000, where are you going to take the 12,000? Other than Raba Raba, other than Dugo, other than Neo Murid, and other stuffs. You know, we have to change that. As long as we don't change that, corruption will still remain. So when we give them a minimum wage that is equivalent to what they spend in a month, then we try to tighten the corruption policies that will uh, that will punish anybody who commits such uh, such errors. But also, we have to strengthen our institutions, like the National Audit. They are doing a very good job. The National Audit, they are doing a very good job. So we have to give them chance. We have to promote them. We have to, give them access, to do what they are supposed to do. Whoever is wrong, let him be punished. Whoever steal any butut of the Gambian people, let him be punished. President Barrow shouldn't back anybody. In fact, that should be good for him, because like a minister who committed who did some corruption acts, and then there was a report. After the report, there's a National Assembly finding. You have two reports on your table, and you still say that this guy, that is not true. That doesn't favor you. Sack him and bring someone else. They are not the only qualified Gambians here. So this is what we have to. This is what we have to do. I don't want to take more time. Just a little bit summary in Wolof.